With coronavirus vaccinations underway, many people are hopeful 2021 may be the year we can all finally travel again. And for those who want to plan trips, things will of course be different than they were pre-pandemic. Joining me now is Amy Quinn, a travel consultant and founder of Spirit Road Travel. Amy, thank you for being with us. I know you recently wrote a blog about how travel will be different this year, and you really touched on a lot of emotional changes to travel. So what kind of trends are you noticing?
Well, clearly, Kelly, the pent-up demand. We're craving travel. And, you know, it might be a little different this time when it comes to where we're going to go. Consumers are going to be a little more cautious on choosing that where, as well as intentional, right? We haven't been able to travel. We're not going to race all over the place. We're going to be really clear on where do we want to go next. You know, other trends definitely include, you know, feeling safe. But because of the pent-up demand, some people are using private aviation. They're looking at residential accommodations at a hotel or a resort. They're renting a whole home. They're staying for longer. That's another trend, right? Not just a weekend, but at least 2 weeks. We're seeing much more travel for a longer period of time. There was a study that was conducted by a company called Strategic Vision, and they actually found that despite the uncertainty, travelers, consumers are quite optimistic, and they want to get on the road. Now, where are they going? And some people are already booking travel. So, and about 30% of these bookings are air to kind of short haul destinations, so closer in, or they're driving. And they're driving to places that maybe feel familiar, and they're visiting friends and family.
You know, I have to tell you, Amy, like I've done a couple road trips because I think a lot of us are like craving just like a change of scenery, but I know a lot of us really kind of even want to just get out and go to other parts of the globe. I mean, people are kind of even anxious, I would think, to get on a plane, but of course, again, safety is of course a concern, and we'll get to that. Are you noticing any like destination trends though for travel, like on the travel list for 2021?
Well, for sure, just domestic leisure, like domestic locations, and then within that, far-flung. In other words, off the beaten track. People want to be in nature. They want to be outside, right? We want to continue this being outside. And so definitely nature, the Wild West, mountains, far-flung destinations. Now, internationally, that we're seeing trends in safaris, right? Because you have less contact and, you know, fewer people. And then also the Caribbean islands, right? You're going to an island. There's just not as many people there.
A beach and an island certainly sounds good right now. I could totally go for that. But we all want to be safe at the same time, right? And we're hearing a lot of talk about vaccines and vaccine passports, basically proof that you have been vaccinated before being allowed to visit a country or any other destination. Do you think vaccine passports, Amy, will be the future of travel?
Well, I think when it comes to safety and what creates optimism right now for the consumer is the idea that the vaccine exists and it's at the end of the light of the tunnel, right? We're going to be able to get the vaccine. And as far as the future of vaccine passport, there is an expectation really that technology is going to be advancing how we travel and making travel more contactless, right? So we check in, we don't have to touch anything, collecting our biometrics so that we can get through the security and we can demonstrate that we're healthy. Now, the rub is that the vaccine isn't going to be available for everyone all at the same time, right? And so some of us, lots of us, right, we're not going to wait to travel, and nor should we have to. So countries have to harmonize what's the documentation that's going to be needed just to prove that you're healthy, you know, you've gotten your COVID test, and you are healthy and you're doing following the protocols. And then for people that need the vaccine as well, they'll have to document that. So right now, both are going to evolve, but I do expect technology to play a role in allowing us to travel more seamlessly and safely. There needs some harmonization that needs to occur across the world.
Absolutely.
That's one area for being safe.
Right. Well, and like we've kind of just been talking about, I mean, people are itching to get places and to do something. So just to kind of wrap things up, Amy, from your expert opinion, whether we're traveling by road, by, or in your cars, by bus, by plane, what do you recommend most to folks to stay safe and to feel safe and to just go ahead and go out and go on that vacation or travel a little bit this year?
Well, a couple things. The first is get the facts, right? Be informed. Know what the requirements are. Know what the testing requirements are. The second is pay attention to how you're paying attention, right? Manage your attention. Take a breath. We've all been through so much, the whole world, and there's so much fear out there. That's not what you want to have direct your decision making. And when you feel that fear coming up, just take a breath. Get the facts. Center down. Don't become that fear, but rather find out what you have to do.
Yep. Use
a travel advisor. Yep. We gather information. We want our clients to have everything they need to know to make the right decision, especially ahead of deposit. And then one other idea for you is decide who you want to travel with. Create a travel pod.
Yeah, no, I think it's important having a good travel buddy and having a safe place to go and safe, people to travel with. I think that is so important. Well, Amy, thank you so much for chatting with us. And again, here's to hoping we can all travel safely and do so soon. And for more information on Spirit Road Travel, you can always find a link at cbsdenver.com.